How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Arrow Talk, one of the new segments on my channel. We got the Arrow Show, the Arrow Talk, Arrow Gaming, and there may be more. I don't know yet. The year's still young. But today we're going to be talking about Crisis on Infinite Earths. The crossover just happened. It actually just finished up last week, so we're going to get into it, talk about all the Easter eggs. Hope you enjoy. Okay, we start off with the crossover with the Monitor basically reciting the very first page of the comic back in 1985, showing how the multiverse is expanding. Of course, we got the red skies from the comics. Then we are at Earth 89, home of Tim Burton's Batman, and we have Alexander Knox, who was once again in the old series. Then we have Michael Keaton's Batman, who captured the Joker, and the classic bat signal. But Batman captures the Joker, he died. Then we are at Earth 9, which is the Titans universe. Then we go to Earth X, which is Ray from Crisis on Earth X. Then we go to 1966 Earth 6, Robin from the old Batman and Robin series with Adam West. Plus his catchphrase. Then we got a cameo, is the Doomsday Prophet guy, who is from Superman 2, where he is doing the same scene. Now we are at Earth 38, which is a nod to when Superman came out. And then we got Leviathan, that's also in the comics that's coming out and on Supergirl. We got Argo City. And then we got little Jonathan Kent, who is Superboy and one of the Super Sons. And we got Doomsday and Zod, little nod in there. We get Erica Durance, who was Lois Lane, Kent, and Kara's mom. We have the sacrifice that Clark and Lois made, just like Clark's parents did. As well as Harbinger, Lila Michaels. And Lila's character is a nod to the comics from Crisis on Infinite Earths comic book. She goes to Earth collecting different superheroes just like the comic. We get Griffin Newman, who was on Amazon's The Tick. He wasn't in. We get wiping of all different Earths. We get our first and only Quantum Tower. This is what it looks like in the comics. It was key so all the superheroes could stop the antimatter wave. We got Star City, Earth 16, 2046. We've already met this Oliver Queen in DC Legends of Tomorrow. He was still cool. It was a nod to the Dark Knight Returns and Young Justice. And we get to see Shadow Demons, which is the comics. And then Arrow's sacrifice, big sacrifice. He made a deal with the Anti-Monitor to save Kara and Flash, just like the comics where they both died. Now we go to Pharaoh, which is aka Nash Wells from The Flash. And he's a bit different from the comics. He is cursed to see all the Earths basically destroyed. We are at Earth 99, which is the start of Batman Beyond TV series. This is multiple different Batman things. We got the exosuit from Kingdom Come, as well as Kevin Conroy, who played the animated Batman, which was awesome. And there was a line that he takes, which is from The Dark Knight Returns. And we see Tim Burton's Batmobile. And then we get Lila getting affected like the comic books. We see the Tombs of the Guardians, which is a nod to the Guardians. And then we got Lex Luthor, but the guy who played him was actually on the old Superman 4 as one of Lex Luthor's lackeys. Back to Batman, he talks about Clayface and Jane Doe, who was one of the serial killers who would take identities. And then we get a little bit of Easter eggs. We get to see the Joker playing card, which is the Riddler's staff, and then a snow globe from Mr. Freeze, which used to have his like a little wife, it looked like, and then Two-Face's coin, as well as Poison Ivy's like plant. And then look, Superman's death, which is from Earth 75, which is a nod to Superman number 75, where he dies. As well as Lois crying, and that cape is just like the Richard Donner cape. Now we go to my favorite, Smallville, which is on Earth 167, which is a nod to Alfred Goh and Miles Millar, who were both born in that year. They were the creators of Smallville, and then that house is from the actual TV show of Smallville. and we found out Lex was the president. And then Clark, gave up his powers, and we also find out something very interesting. Clark and Lois both have girls, which is a hint to a storyline where he's kind of secretly has 2 daughters. And then we get to see Earth 96, which is the publishing date of Kingdom Come. And we know it's Kingdom Come just because of the little bit of gray and, of course, the S on his suit, which is from Alex Ross's art, which does pretty. Then Superman does say a famous quote from Superman 3 where he does actually have to fight himself, like here. And then we're at Earth 18, which is on Jonah Hex, which he was actually a big role in Crisis on Infinite Earths. And then we had the Flash's crossover with the cameo, the Birds of Prey cameo from 2003. Ashley Scott, who plays the Huntress, and then Alf Barbara and Oracle. We get to see the Star Squadron, which was a classic superhero team in the way back 1940s, and we could see Elongated Man and Ryan Troy, who wasn't created until the late 2000s. And then we get to see Psycho Pirate, which wasn't in the show, but it was a big part in Crisis in the comic. And then we could see Earth 66, Lucifer TV show, which was on Fox, now on Netflix. And then we go to Purgatory, which was on the first episode of Arrow way back 8 years ago. And Lian Yu stands for Purgatory. And then we get to see Earth 90 Flash. She's running on some sort of treadmill from Star Labs, which is the closest we're gonna get to the cosmic treadmill. We see the Flash running on the antimatter cannon, which is what he destroyed in the comics to save billions of universes and billions of lives. We get to see Black Lightning for the first time. We get to see Tina from the 1990s Flash, which is what the old Flash is thinking about when he sacrifices himself. And then we get to see Jim Corrigan, aka Spectre, and then he gives the mantle to Oliver, which also, fun fact, Green Lantern was. In part 3, we get to see the Anti-Monitor, who's controlling Harbinger, kill the Monitor and destroy the remaining universe. And we get to see Planet Manus home to the Eternals. And then we get to see the headquarters for the Time Masters. We get to see Spectre Oliver head into the Speed Force, where we get to meet Ezra Miller from the Justice League movie. Fun fact, this didn't happen until after the whole Crisis was done, and it was freaking awesome. We get to see Lex, Ryan Troy, and Supergirl doing what the supervillains did. They went back in time to try and stop. And we get to see Dominators. We get to see Lex's powers, which is kind of similar to Earth 3's, where he has cosmetic powers, but, not really. Then we get to see Anti-Monitor versus the Spectre, which the Spectre kills Anti-Monitor, which we think is Weather Witch, which we get to see Mark Wolfman, who was one of the creators of Crisis, and he was the one that killed Supergirl and Flash off. And we get to see Anti-Monitor, even though we thought Spectre killed him, he didn't. And we get to see the heroes team up and take him down, but before they have to take down BMO. And then we get to see the first ever Microverse, which is the quantum realm, like Ant-Man, Fox, the famous author from DC, as well Perez Landing, who is one of the artists from Crisis. And New 52, which is a nod to the New 52 comics, as well as Lila being back to normal, and baby Sarah has returned, which is awesome. Superman finds out he has 2 sons this time, which is interesting. And then Earth 2, which is Stargirl's new planet, and also one of the new people to CW. And then Earth 12, which is the Green Lantern. We got Earth 19, which is Swamp Thing, Earth 9, which is Titans, Earth 21, which is Doom Patrol, and Earth 96, which is Kingdom Come Superman with a brand new symbol, which is kind of like Kingdom Come, and Richard Donner logo. And then, big fan of this, we get to see all the heroes on Earth Prime with their own Hall of Justice with the Justice League logo, which is kind of like the shield or the star or whichever, I don't know. Then we got Gleek, the monkey sidekick from the Wonder Twins, who is also from the Super Friends old cartoon TV show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first ever Arrow show. I probably did miss a few Easter eggs. If I did, put them down in the comments below. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be trying to do some different things. Like I said, this is new, so it's probably not the best, but who cares? It was fun. I enjoyed it. As always, thank you for watching The Arrow Show. I'm your host, The Arrow. See you next time.